What is going on, Jaguars fans? Welcome back to the Fan Cave. My name is John O'Leary, and this is going to be kickstarting a nice little fun series we got going where we're going to break down each round, all seven, leading up to Trevor Lawrence being announced as the number one pick in the 2021 NFL Draft in, some might say, wonderful Cleveland, Ohio, by our commissioner, Roger Goodell. Now, this is going to be a great series. It's going to be broken down by round, and I'm going to be giving 3 to 5 players per round that I think the Jaguars should be looking at picking up in their respective rounds. I'm going to be going offense, defense, maybe we're going to get some big names, some sleepers. I'm excited for them. I hope you guys are. Let's rock and roll. Now, for those of you that have been a fan of the channel for a while but subscribed, you've recently seen that I've eclipsed the century mark. I have finally hit 100 subscribers. I believe at the time of recording I'm about at 106, 107, and it's honestly, I just want to say thank you. And as a way to say thank you, and as a way to build up some momentum heading towards the 2021 NFL Draft, I wanted to do a special giveaway. And the easiest way, it's probably going to be the easiest thing you've ever entered in your life. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, and you're entered to win. And it's my way of saying thank you for being just a fan of the channel, supporting the channel. And the prize of this giveaway will be a signed Fred Taylor jersey. I believe he's the number 2 Jaguar of all time, according to the All 25 that recently came out. And he's one of my favorite Jaguars of all time. I reached deep into the fan cave, found something awesome to give to you guys, and I look forward to a lot of you entering and then one lucky fan winning a signed Fred Taylor jersey. It's going to be great, and I look forward to this series. So, to kickstart this video, it's going to be obviously, we have to start somewhere, and we're going to start with the number 1 pick in the draft, which the Jaguars, for the first time in their franchise's history, own. Now, it's probably going to be the easiest draft decision on draft day the team has ever made. Coming out of Clemson, Trevor Lawrence has been someone where I've even heard people say if he tore both of his ACLs his freshman year, both of them his sophomore year, both of them his junior year, he would still be in contention for the number 1 overall pick. And this has honestly been a consensus pick. You might hear one or two just looking for some clicks saying, oh, I think Justin Fields is better. I think Zach Wilson, maybe there's some wacko saying Trey Lance, Kyle Trask, Kellen Mond, crazy people. Trevor Lawrence will be the number 1 pick in the draft, and Trevor Lawrence will be the best quarterback to come out of this draft class. There is no need for an explanation with where the Jaguars are going to go at the number 1 pick. It's cut. The ink should already be dry on the card, and honestly, Roger Goodell should already have it. The pick should be in. Just the draft starts at number 2 with the Jets. Number 1, Trevor Lawrence. Now, courtesy of the Jalen Ramsey trade, the Jaguars are owners of 2 first-round draft picks, pick number 1 and then also pick number 25. Now, number 25 might be one of the most interesting draft picks the Jaguars have had in recent history. There's a lot of different options to go with here. There's a couple good secondary options the team may look at. There's a defensive line option. There's two or three wide receivers that if they're available, the team very well might consider taking at the number 25 slot. Possibly an offensive lineman. This is one of the most toss-up draft picks that I've seen the team have in a while at the front end of the draft. Now, to start off the multitude of options the team has at the 25 pick, I want to start off with the safety out of TCU, my preferred pick at that spot. If he's there, run up with the card. He does not belong at the number 25 spot. Trayvon Morig. He is someone that is a ball hawk. You talk about aggressive safeties that the team has had, you immediately start with Donovan Darius. He was a hitter. Trayvon Morig is that hitter, but he also has a great edge to his game where he plays like a corner, but hits like a strong safety. He comes in and lays the boom at the line of scrimmage, but then also can be that over the top defender that can go up and battle for the ball at the corner of the end zone and bat it away. Trayvon Morig is someone that is going to be a revolutionizing, game-changing safety in this league for many years to come. And we're going to be debating how much money should we give him. Should we give him top of the market money? We absolutely should whenever his time is up on that 5-year contract. And it's going to be an exciting 5 years if the team decides to go with Trayvon Morig. And I'm really hoping they do decide to pick him up. If he's there at 25, you need to run up with the card. Make Trayvon Morig a Jaguar. Now, sticking with the defensive side of the ball, I want to go with the defensive tackle out of the University of Alabama, Christian Barmore. Christian played 2 years at the University of Alabama, and he drew some negative attention towards the end of the year because it seemed like in the national perspective that he didn't really turn the Jets on and really get going until the latter half of the season when the big bright lights were on and he was being talked about as a potential first round draft pick. That's when he really seemed to kind of turn it up a notch and almost play to that potential. So that does concern me a little bit that he wasn't there for the dog days, and he was only there when the bright lights were on. But in total, he had 10 sacks in his two playing years at Alabama, 63 tackles, and forced fumbles. Those are good numbers for a defensive tackle, in my opinion. You're looking to somebody to be that nose tackle, possibly a big end, and the 3-4 that I'm personally expecting to see on Sundays in Jacksonville Jaguar uniforms. And he's someone that can be that good rotational player. He can be another person to squeeze out Taven Bryan, and this could be a big option for the team, considering the fact that Tyson Alualu did ultimately end up back in Pittsburgh, re-signing there and not signing that expected contract that he had in Jacksonville. Christian Barmore is someone that I know a lot of people are high on. I am not as high as most are on Christian Barmore. I wouldn't be upset if he does become a Jaguar, but there are other players that I would love to see become Jaguars ahead of Christian Barmore. But once again, I believe that 10 sacks in 2 years, for that big end defensive tackle kind of role, that's nothing to be upset about. And if he ultimately does become a Jaguar, I'm here for it. I'm ready to see him rock. Now, rounding out this top 25 prediction is the wide receiver out of Purdue. You think of Purdue, you think of Drew Brees. Well, I want you to start thinking of Rondale Moore. Rondale only played in 20 games while at the University of Purdue or Purdue University. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's roll. He had 178 catches and 1915 yards and 1,915 yards. Those are great numbers. You break it down by essentially by like a season and a half. You're looking at just about 85 catches, and then 950 yards in total. And on top of 17 total touchdowns in his 20 games played at Purdue. He's just a tackle-breaking machine. You go back to the glory days of Maurice Jones-Drew, you talk about how somebody would go to tackle him, and it would just seem he bounces right off. He essentially goes straight in for a touchdown right after breaking out of a tackle. He turns on the jets and gets out of there. Now, Rondale most of those stats came his freshman year in 2018, where he led the NCAA. Let me say that again. He led the NCAA in receptions at 114. Those are, you want to talk about insanity. Led the NCAA. Now, not only did he lead the NCAA in receptions, he also led the Big Ten in receiving yards. I believe at 1,218 yards. Now, as a freshman, that's just insane. And he does not have the body of work through his sophomore and junior year, solely because he just didn't play in games. Now, who's to say they don't figure him out? Gardner Minshew had great numbers his rookie campaign in the NFL, and then his sophomore season, his numbers dropped. Who's to say that's not the same for Rondale Moore? But I'm willing to take a chance on leading the NCAA in receptions his freshman year in college, and ultimately, if he's there, oh man, I'm hard pressed not to take him because I do love Trayvon Morig, and he's definitely my 1B right now. Rondale Moore is who I want outside of Trayvon Morig, and if it's a toss up for me between those two, and they're both exceptional players. I think they're both gonna be really, really good in this league, and I'm here for it. I'm ready. In Urban we trust, right? That's the motto of the offseason for me. And if in Urban we trust gets us in trouble, oh well, we're gonna go down with this ship like it's the Titanic, baby. And if you did enjoy the video, I'd love for you to leave a like. Make sure you subscribe to get entered into the Fred Taylor signed jersey giveaway that ends the moment Trevor Lawrence's name gets announced as the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars on draft night by Commissioner Roger Goodell. Be sure to subscribe. That gets you into the giveaway, 100% free. I'll reach out to you on Twitter to announce a winner at the end. And so I'd love to hear your feedback. Maybe you have someone else going at 25 that I didn't mention. Hopefully, I don't want to hear any feedback about you thinking that Trevor Lawrence isn't going number 1. No, I don't want to hear you take that Mac Jones is the best in the class. No, I don't think Kyle Trask has any opportunity to be at number 25. Kellen Mond, no. Trevor Lawrence will be the quarterback at number 1. And if you have somebody at 25, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. And as always, stay safe and go Jaguars.